If I get 3 chests here, we're up to 300 by the end. Catch around, Vance. If that energy potion hadn't been Obsidian, it could have made a difference. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I would have run it instead of... Probably instead of the rainbow potion, if I'm honest. Max Laboratory. Do I go gold? Do I really go gold? I haven't clicked this button. JJ, you sell items?
Let's chat.
Sleep well, Wob. I did try and use retort last time, and I didn't have the chunk of lead available for it, but I do have to say, this has high poison numbers, and you don't have to transform that many reagents until it has like a big poison.
Happy to make a sale. Sad to say goodbye.
Also, is Alembic available at bronze? No. Alembic's available first at silver tier, and Laboratory's first available at silver tier as well. Yeah, Bobby, it literally just got changed to that as well. Retort upgrades so well, gains 4, 6, 8, 10 poison after every reagent transform. They also change at the same time that the Alembic doesn't transform every shop, and the Laboratory got made rarer at silver tier by base. So they removed a lot of the access to transforming reagents, so they did need to buff this, but this number is very high, so I want to play around with it and see if I can get it to a stupid number. Sulfur! When this is transformed, then shot it with fiery, if able. Honestly, not that relevant. That and fireflies. I really feel like retort's going to be most of our damage, and if I'm not... Do I need... Maybe I want a reagent right now, just in case. Keep a reagent in my back pocket.
Oh, you're leaving.
Interesting. Aludel. This has +1 multicast for each adjacent poison or reagent. There's also another reagent. And Venom when you use the weapon on the left of this poison too. I'm going to take Hemlock and Aludel.
Enjoy your purchase.
Giving us the ability to get 12 poison every 7 seconds versus 6 every 6. This is definitely better. Oh, wow. Now you won't show me Banana Ball when I actually want it? How dare you? I'm pretty sure we beat Viper. Frostwolf says, Mac gotta be my favorite character by far. So far, sorry. Between Revolutionary Pirate, Ambitious Entrepreneur, and Dooley, because I don't know enough about him. I love the whole Ancient Alchemist field. Yeah. Oh, it fits so well.
Disgusting creatures.
Give me Lash Out. Yeah, Fang. Every 3 seconds, deal 5 damage. We'll keep that around because it is a fast weapon at least. Jungle Ruins. Give me a silver tier reagent. I'd love to have something silver tier. It's a sulfur. I already have one of those. Dang it. Dang diddly dong dang it. I don't really have a good reason to go to the Tiny Burrow Monster, unfortunately. No reagents, no reagent transformations. I don't even want to get a Curio. I'm gonna hit up the Lost and Found. Oh, Emerald's actually sick as hell here. Your other poison items have +3 poison? Is that worth multicast? So every 7 seconds, I do 14 right now. Every 7 seconds, I do 14, right? 12, 2. 14, 20. Yep. Even losing the multicast is better to have the Emerald on board now. I wonder when we'll see Jules and Stell as playable characters. I can't wait. Specifically Jules. The joy mechanic? Jules? Give it to me. Inject it into my veins. I need... Also, one imagines that Stell might be related to the toughness mechanic that we haven't heard much about.
Stand aside.
You're on the Jules hype train too, huh? Yep. Even before Mac was announced as the next character they were going to be adding, like when it was literally just like you knew from some items in the set what other characters might exist, from that point onwards, the chef character has 100% been the one that I want the most. Give me Jules. What's Stell's thing? Engineer. Kind of like steampunky engineer. Or at least that's what I get from the outside at the moment. I imagine there'll be like interesting additional wrinkles added, like how, you know, Mac is an alchemist, but is also obsessed with longevity, which gives you regeneration, and also being obsessed with longevity as in like being obsessed with keeping away rot and degradation gives you poison, and alchemy gives you potions and transformations and all of these, like, there's a lot. And we could build out some of this theming for Mac from the items that we knew were going to be in his set. But just as Jonk says, Stell has 10 items total right now. So there's a lot of space to include more characterization there. Hey, Saiteo! It's good to see you! Hope you're doing well. May as well sell small and large items. Good to see you streaming. Good to be seeing. I'm very glad to be back at it. Working on it, I feel it. And best of luck with the work. Mandala. I could transform Sulfur, get something with Fiery enchant. I could transform Hemlock, get something with Toxic. Something with Toxic would still respond to the Emerald at least. And I get the +4 for the retort either way. It's probably better to transform. Silver too? No, I'll transform it.
After all these centuries, there is still more to learn.
That's actually interesting. Toxic Philosopher's Stone. Every 5 seconds, gain 1 regeneration for the vine, and then poison equal to this item's regeneration. When you transform a reagent, this permanently gains +2 regeneration. Holy hell. Sai says, also, because of your streams, a friend got married in 2023, and 2 other friends traveled from Netherlands to Texas for the wedding. Amazing. That's super cool. Immediately my mind projects like, you know, and this is assuming things go very well over the next 100 years. My mind projects into like 1,000 years in the future when like the butterfly effect of that is huge. Like there are people who I mean, because of your streams, a friend got married in 2023 and another 2 friends traveled to from the Netherlands to Texas for the wedding. Like there is a possibility of a person existing that would not have otherwise existed in the format that they do. Interesting. reagents. Drop 2 reagents on the board, so the aludel is still doing okay. This is a friend that I only met because of your stream, but it turns out we went to college together, but never knew each other. And that's super cool. Thank you for sharing that with me. Yeah.
You're probably too skilled for my humble abilities.
Yep, do you wanna give me some poison? Fiery, plus burn on those. I can do Toxic Philosopher's Stone all over on this side, and then initial dose gives aludel additional poison.
There are greater trainers than me. I'm just getting you ready for them.
Definitely much appreciated. Jungle Ruins to pick up a reagent. Not bad, not bad. Does transforming trigger the on-purchase effect? Unfortunately, no. So, Toxic Philosopher's Stone, when I transformed into this, it did not trigger giving me a chunk of lead. The chunk of lead I have is from the retort triggering. Andy upgrading Emerald would be nice. Upgrading Toxic Philosopher's Stone would be nice. I don't really need more reagents. I still just need transformation for them. Wait, this gives us a reagent, not a potion. Okay, we'll go to Andy.
I would never debase my wares by haggling. Ugh.
Drinking Potion. Reduce your enemy's max HP by 10% for the fight. Not super relevant right now. Sleeping Potion and Quill and Ink. Quill and Ink. Poison 1 and gain 1 regen for the fight. If you have no other weapons, this has +1 multicast.
Remember, diamonds come in small boxes.
So very easy to include this. 7 seconds for 8. This only gives 1 regen. Regen doesn't give me anything else at the moment. Okay, yeah, it's definitely Quill and Ink at the moment. Toxic Philosopher's Stone and Retort both get better as I transform reagents, though, so... As soon as I get the ability to transform things... I say that through gritted teeth because I know how hard it was to get the ability to transform things last time. Energy Potion every 6 seconds. Haste your other items 1 second. Ugh. Is it better than Sulfur, though?
Shall I gift wrap it for you?
Fingers crossed for any of the items that transform others. I'll cross every available finger I have. Yeah, now only hastes other items, and it's a second longer to charge, and it has a second less at every level for its haste. So you have to get this to diamond tier before it actually hastes 3 seconds. And it itself doesn't get hasted by the energy potion anymore. Like, it needed to be made weaker, but still. Boy, I do wish you were more powerful again. I'm gonna hit the Rogue Scrapper. It's a haste trigger item now, not for actual hasting. Yeah. It's for actual hasting, like, if you also have rocket boots, basically.
Not all my subjects survive my experiments.
I'll grab some scrap. Eli sells potions. I mean, neither of these other shops are useful at all for us, so I will go to Eli, but I'm not really expecting to find anything I want.
Hi there.
Potion. Transforms into 2 small potions for the fight. There's also the Rainbow Potion and the Noxious Potion. Nope, still don't want these. I can take Rainbow Potion over Sulfur. Nothing wrong with that.
See you next time.
The real reason to have a Rainbow Potion is because it has Burn, Poison, Freeze, and Slow. So if I ever get a on X freeze effect, this will activate it. And I'm not going to reroll Eli. It's too expensive when I don't really expect to get anything from it. Study. The ability to level up before the next fight. That's worth it.
With each new discovery, the formula of life is revealed.
I'll take a Bronze Steer and get truffles. I will say, I'm not going to sell truffles yet because it's a food and a loot item. So it's really good to sell when you have Vat of Acid. And if I found Vat of Acid, I would 100% turn this into a Vat of Acid run. I have heard that I am. I hope you enjoyed Texas, Nymphine. El Goblin. Yeah, I can take out El Goblin.
You remind me of someone I fought last century.
I hope you were there when the weather was good. I've never been, but knowing that, like, Dane and, like, a couple other members of the Wholesome Verse are there or around there certainly compels. Okay, look. If you're not going to run a whole board, no one's really giving me the ability to test it. Simon says, oh, I just looked at it. Vat of Acid does seem super cool. Yep. I love any of the ones that you can just gain all of the types on. I was told the weather wasn't going to be good, and then I had nothing to wear because it was too warm. Can't travel with a whole suitcase. Sorry, the whole suitcase. Whole, wardrobe. There we go. Went to Japan without having many warm clothes. And on the other end of the flight, I just very quickly went to the op shops and just bought a bunch of coats. It's their first flight ever. Congrats. How'd you fare? Middle sells medium items. Lost crate. I gotta go to middle. I'm still looking for this alembic. An upgrade on aludel or retort would be great, though.
Nothing tiny, nothing huge. All about moderation.
I was asleep for most of it? Okay, so you did it well then. I had, on the flight to Japan, I went to the pharmacy at the airport before getting on. And it was like, I struggle with sleeping. I struggle with sleeping. Here in Australia, I have a sleep aid medication, but unfortunately I can't take that to Japan. Do you have anything you could give me? And the pharmacist was like, yeah. Take this. Take one tablet, and if you're not asleep in 30 minutes, take another tablet, and then don't take any more tablets. I was like, okay, I'll treat this very gently. When I started having the flight, I started to experience a little bit of a panic attack. Just a little bit of a totally normal, just chill panic attack. And that's when I decided to take the first one, because I was like, okay, I should be knocked out now. And then 30 minutes later, I was still awake, and very awake at that, and took the next one, and then I stayed awake for the rest of the flight, knowing that, okay, I've taken all of the you're allowed to go to sleep pills, and none of them have worked. All right. Flying's hard. Magic Carpet. When you crit, reduce this item's cooldown by 1 second rather for flight. I'm gonna take Black Ice. I know I literally just scrubbed out of a Black Ice run, but like, I might never find Alembic. What was it they gave you? I think it was called Rest of It. It is... What is it made of? They never tell you. Doxylamine. Looks like. I think I'm going to take both of these. I think I'm going all in. Because I really just can't rely on picking up reagent transformation. They've made it so much less accessible by making laboratory silver. Like, you literally have to have laboratory before you start wanting to get things like retort. But Iceclaw, every 9 seconds, deals 50 damage, freezes an item for a second. This gets more freeze targets with its upgrades. And when you freeze, this gains 20 damage to the fight. That and already having Black Ice, I think, pushes this in a direction pretty comfortably. Truffles on Scrap. There's no shield items naturally in this set, so Scrap is very easy to sell. But I did want Vat of Acid still. That's fine. I'll sell the Scrap. I'll take the aludel upgrade because it is good right now.
And I'll trot it to your door.
Selling lower sulfur and one of the fangs? The 2 items on the far left? Yeah, the chunks of lead. When transformed, they become a chunk of gold.
Oh, I think you're really gonna enjoy that.
All right. So left are operatives and right are payoffs. This technically counts as a payoff if I get the Vat of Acid. No problem. Do chunks of gold also count as reagents, or are they just self-fodder? Self-fodder. So now it's another transformation. I mean, the aludel will get 4 additional poison. Sorry, the aludel, the retort will get 4 additional poison, so it's worth it for that at least. $1. Transform my leftmost on sulfur, I think. Fiery runic potion. A weapon gains lifesteal for the fight and gains haste. Also, we burn for 4. Totally irrelevant here. I mean, I guess the Fiery Runic could give lifesteal to Iceclaw, which could be relevant as a way to heal back up, but Iceclaw also only hits every 9 seconds, so if I'm using a lifesteal on a weapon that only hits every 9 seconds, I'm not realistically keeping myself alive. I do what could probably be called a stupid amount of poison, though. I feel like I should get Black Ice and Claw on the field so that I can suppress the enemy's armor in the Eccentric Etherite fight. I could go to Dabbling Apprentice. I assume I don't really care about him, but like, he's dabbling in my field. Panic, the first time you fall below 50% health each fight, reload 2 items, Fire Potion to ZD attack. Yeah, nothing that relevant. I mean, if you manage to transform it again, but it keeps fiery, there are so many targets you want to transform. I mean, yeah, it will keep its fiery, but there are so many other things to be transformed. When you freeze, poison 8, Iceclaw. I mean, realistically, it just goes over this side. We keep the additional poison on aludel at the moment and just use Iceclaw. Yeah.
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
I just don't have a large HP bar, so it's really important to prevent the enemy from doing huge damage constantly with their big old shield. Oh, wow.
Knew that would happen, didn't care. Woo!
I gotta say, that Iceclaw was getting a lot more damage a lot quicker than I thought it would. Aludel's just insane. So much of the poison. It's the best skill. Rigged at the start of each fight. Haste 2 items, 3 seconds. Thank you. Ooh, how much do I want to give up? Do I believe in black ice? Because the eating contest desperately wants me to just get an extra 150 HP. Mac loves 150 HP early. I'm gonna do it. I mean, Emerald and what else? I think Emerald and Toxic Philosopher's Stone go on board. Emerald contributes to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15. Emerald contributes 15 additional poison every 7 seconds. Retort contributes 14 every 6. So Emerald and Toxic Philosopher's Stone is definitely better. I'll get rid of Retort really soon. Really soon? How about now? Way too important to get the extra 150.
Closer and closer. I can hear my sister's laughter.
Upgrade a bronze tier item, get the Iceclaw to hit a second target.
A thing of true beauty.
And, oh wow, it hits a second target and it's freeze. Its scaling got higher as well. That's dangerous. Sell some chocolate bars. If I'm transforming anything, it will be chunks of lead. I'm keeping the HP. Racetrack, get a haste item. Nufu, skills. I mean, realistically, we just need free item here. Smelling salts. When you slow, hasty on the left of this. Yes, yes, yes. I have seen that before. I don't have access to much slow here, so not really relevant for this. Yeah, I have 1 slow once from the Rainbow Potion.
I will leave you alive to learn the lesson.
It is wild that I feel like my board is very, very, very powerful, and still Aludel is just carrying me while the rest of my board hangs out. Whoa, hang on. No, it doesn't. Aludel is doing the same impact as Black Ice. Okay. Yeah, the claw gets real big real quick. And that's without additional freeze targets. Like, when Black Ice or Iceclaw get upgraded, each of them will get an additional target to freeze. This is going to be pretty nutty. I do want money, but Kina sells the laboratory and Alembic, which both would still be pretty relevant to me.
Deals, not war.
Amber. Every 6 seconds, slow an item 3 seconds. Your other slow items have an additional seconds of slow. I do think I get significantly more powerful if I have Amber.
Guided me to what you need.
And then Smelling Salts is hasting Iceclaw, because Iceclaw freezes 2 targets, which is 12 poison, and also does a huge amount of damage. Also, when Amber gets upgraded, it gets an additional target. Hey, Sanosuke. Fireflies, when you slow, this gets additional burn. No, I'm only going to be slowing as much as I need in order to get permahaste on... Ah. We do have Athenor. Every 5 seconds, reloads an item. An item? When you use a potion, burn 2. An item. I don't think Arthenor's worth it right now. Sanosuke asks, howdy Raps, how's the funny potion man and the freedom from the unrelenting dread that was the pay-to-win kerfuffle? Potion Man, very enjoyable. Very fun. Possibly a little overtuned at the moment, but I would prefer him to be released slightly overtuned and then get pulled back down to earth rather than the inverse. Like, imagine releasing a character and everyone's like, I played the character like 4 times and you can't do anything with him. I totally fear that that's where Matt could have otherwise been. The freedom from the unrelenting dread that was the pay-to-win kerfuffle is really good. I like being at work. I like being back at work. I was scrambling for like a full month there trying to replace Bazaar. Unsuccessfully behind the scenes. Expended a lot of energy and published very little content. Yeah, that sucked. I am so glad to be back to actually getting to play the game. It literally, like, if I just go back to, like, streaming this, like, once a week and uploading a video every day, I can easily get back to, like, full comfort. I'm very, very happy about that. It was especially concerning because, like, I'd spent 4 months, like, building up to get to the point where releasing daily videos was, like, enough to cover, you know, rent, everything else, savings, etc. And then they changed it. Like, literally the month that I was like, oh yeah, we're breaking even and getting better, was the month they were like, all right, and no more. I'm so glad that it's gone in the other direction again. Ain't it lovely when the problem fixes itself? Ain't it just? I don't think I take these. Arthenor doesn't even give us a potion at the start of the day anymore. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'm going for another 150 HP. I think, like, with another 150 HP, it's very difficult to stop us from winning. Bazaar's not really my cup of tea, says Sanosuke, but I'm glad they stopped self-immolating and you get to enjoy yourself again. Very fair, very fair. I will say, if Bazaar is not your cup of tea, in that same period, or at least over the course of, like, the last 48 hours, Spell Rogues 1.0 has been announced, which is 21st of this month. Monster Train 2's release has been announced, which is the 21st of next month. Enter the Gungeon 2 is coming out this year. I don't know if that has a release date yet. So much. So much. It really is like a huge year for games that I have like made like hyper focus and special interest out of that are getting a sequel that I will now get to. It's time for 2015 Mark II. It's the 2015 again. And of course STS2. I didn't even mention that because I just we all know it's coming. I'm gonna hit up the Hellbilly. Should be an easy fight.
Oh, you gonna squeal like a sprig in a hay trap.
Russell says, so hyped for Monster Train 2 is my favorite series of yours. Honestly, yeah. It's... I played some of Monster Train 2 for the demo, and I will say, it has the juice. It has that same juice. It's there. I played like a couple of different runs, a couple off camera, one on camera, and oh boy. One of my favorite things about Monster Train was how it felt like if you really wanted to, you could look at any individual card and or unit and you could find a way to make that your, like the star of your build. It has that. And of course a bunch of quality life kind of changes and fixes, things like that. I can hardly wait, Sinosuke. Alright, easy fight win. Yeah, Iceclaw just did a bunch of damage. Admittedly, the poison did way more actual impact there, but the poison was also assisted by the Iceclaw giving additional poison. I played one run and decided it was good enough for me to wait for the full release before I play more, says Eric. Very fair. Very fair. I have
many secrets.
think
I will uncover them all.
So Guy says, yes, it was at the expense of perhaps being an easier game than, say, STS, but it had a really dynamic nature that perhaps surpassed any other deck builder. I will say, another deck builder that, like, feels like it's working on that same kind of layer, Wild Frost. Don't miss out on Wild Frost. It's even been expanded upon consistently since I last played it, but Wild Frost, right there with that as well. Argenta.
When
Silk
you're
Discos.
ready, I'm here for you.
Yes, yeah, I'll take the freeze-related one, thank you. The first 3 times, rather, you use your rightmost item each fight, charge a freeze item 1 second. Yeah, Amber is my fastest item that can go there right now, so oops, but that's okay. Coolant leak.
We made progress today. I'm proud of you.
Upgrade a bronze item. Gonna hit the smelling salts for some additional seconds of haste on our Iceclaw. Oh. I can't really afford anything good from Nufu. Cronus.
I have faced 82
I'm level 5. They might be level 4 right now, depending on the fights they've taken. Okay, they're level 5 as well, but I'm 300 ahead. You got a Vat of Acid. Vat of Acid does a lot of damage quite quickly. We'll see how this goes. I was figuring that having 300 additional health over the enemy might be enough, but it's not going to be, yeah. Big burn. Oh, you bastard! He crit me! I would have won without that. Look at it. It's 8% crit chance, by the way. 21 poison, and then it burns based on the amount of poison you have. Crits us for 42 poison, and then does the additional burn on top of that. And the additional burn on top of that takes our 42 and then crits on top of that to double it. Cute. 8% crit chance won them that fight, and I'm mad about it. I'm salty. I'm not gonna take it anymore. And then I immediately forget about it. Medkit. Sell to give your leftmost healing item 20 additional heal. You want B2, sharpening kit. None of those are that relevant. I'm just look at Quixel.
I'm Quixel, master merchant or something. Buy from Barcoon instead.
Frasot Patyon. Freeze an item for 1 second. It's not great right now, but it gets better. I wonder if Emerald is a better idea now. Gives additional poison to Black Ice, and Black Ice triggers that every time we freeze. So effectively, we'd be taking Aludel off the board. It's currently inheriting that, so I could move this here, and then Aludel go off, and then Black Ice. Heck, I could even go Noxious Potion on the other side of that, and then Emerald.
Now sell me something. Something huge.
That probably, I say probably, I believe that significantly increases our damage output right now. Tox Clasks, haste, slow, and cooldown items. Honestly, I'm going to sell the medkit and the Aludel, and I'm going to go get another 150 HP. If I just have enough HP, no one will be able to stop me. That's the thing that Mac usually doesn't have. Mod Squad for experience. We're not super far from getting perma-haste on the Iceclaw. Actually, we've managed to upkeep it so far, but we're about to lose it, yeah. That said, by that point, the enemy also had 100 poison on them. Iceclaw is far and away our strongest item right now. I mean, I am giving it, you know, haste constantly. Like, guys, you really need to be freezing a second item. That'd be nice. But if I get my silver tier hit, do I hit Iceclaw, freeze a third target, as well as gain more damage when frozes happen? When frozes happen? When enemy is frozes?
My mind glows. I see everything.
Silver tier loot gives us truffles again, unfortunately. Finn's Big Bite for 5%. 5% is 50. So what? It's 70 HP total. Compared to seeing a shop, I think I want to see the shop.
Come with no weapons, leave with big bargains.
Burn and gain regeneration. When you use a potion, this gains additional burn and regeneration. There's also the Ouroboros statue. When you poison, gain 2 regen for the fight. Black Ice poisons every time we freeze, so this would give us regen every time we freeze as well. I can easily drop, like, Noxious Potion, but I don't know if I have a second slot that I can easily drop. Emerald or Frost Potion would probably be next. And then very quickly after that, we'd get rid of it again. I have to sell things in order to buy something that I'll only be using for a short period of time. No, we're wrong. Quicksilver. Transform into another small item for the rest of the fight. Happily. It's also Quill and Ink. Nope, I have a weapon. It's called Iceclaw. It's the best weapon in the game. Retort. No, thank you. I don't need it.
Use that for the good of all.
Quicksilver all the way over here. If it dupes Amber, we get additional slow seconds on all of our items, as well as additional slow. If it dupes Rainbow Potion, we just get a second trigger Rainbow Potion. If it dupes Smelling Salts, then I want it to be directly left of Black Ice, so it's also hasting the Black Ice. And if it dupes Emerald or Frost Potion, same situation. Yeah, I mean, what do I need? Transformations and money. Mandala, if I offer you a chunk of lead, you'll give me back some myrrh, which I could transform, but also a chunk of gold. In fact, you gave me back a reagent, so it didn't really actually clarify too much for us, unfortunately. It's fine. We've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 total additional gold that I can field up there. Getting 7. 21 we'll have on the other side of that. This is looking suspiciously similar to the last run, though. Look, I wanted the last run to work so damn bad.
I will fight you, but only so that I can study you.
Oh no, fiery. Golden fiery plus 3 burn on all burn items. You've got 2 candles, which charge 2 seconds. When you use a small item, you've got ruby plus 4 burn to all burn items and a bunch of small items. That's rude. You can't do that. Can someone tell them off? They even got lighter. Yeah. That's about the best you can do. How dare you? I need a lot more frost to make this impactful.
Cast aside your dextrements.
Yeah, upgrading myrrh. Not really useful. Earrings and oil lantern. We roll past those. There's the alembic. Start of each day. Transform the small item to the left of this into a random potion. When you buy this, get a small reagent. I literally sold all of my items that care about reagent transformations, and now I've finally found Alembic. Is it even worth my time right now? No, I already got rid of the retort. It does it once every day.
You are enough, friend.
You needed to turn up
Glad you bought
literally on day 2. Day 3 at the latest for it to be relevant. Sorry, buddy. Do it for the plot? I wish. That's one of those choices that if you choose Alembic, it actually immediately plays the credit screen. And then at the end of the credit screen, it calls you a coward and tells you to go back and buy smelling salts. It's one of those ones. It's a fake out, you know, like Control. Going to middle and possibly hitting Iceclaw or Black Ice is too appealing to not do. even if I do want additional gold.
Take your time. I'm pretty laid back.
Water and blade. There's candles. Aludel. Yikes. Oil Lantern was literally in the previous one, by the way. We re-rolled from Oil Lantern to Oil Lantern. Game has a couple of bugs about what items it can generate at the moment. That was unfortunate. Very good way to spend 10 gold to do nothing.
Real friendly guy.
Enclave we will.
We'll get our level 7, which is going to be a silver tier upgrade, hitting Iceclaw. Second rainbow potion. Cool. Nothing wrong with the second rainbow potion. It does a slow and a freeze. The slow does a haste. Ideally, we'd get exposing toxins when you poison. Your items gain 2% crit chance for the fight, or just something that sells for money. Exposing toxins, thank you. That's crit chance online.
Hotter, melting away impurities. A thing of true beauty.
Iceclaw gets upgraded because it freezes an additional target and gains additional damage. It gets both of those upgraded. It's wild that both of those are upgraded at the same time. Because like on its base level, it freezes a single item and gives you 20 damage, right? So every time you use it, it gives you 20 damage. On its next level, it freezes 2 items and 30. So every time you use it, you get 60. So 20 and 60. And of course, it's up to 120 now. Usually things in this game either scale to be like effectively like the effect is 1, 2, 3, 4, or sometimes it has been the first level should be like 2.5 times for the end level. So it's like 2. I can't even really think of a good example of this. Like 100, 120, 100, 150, 200, 250, right? Like the bronze is 100, the diamond is 250. Like that is the way that it often scales, but here it freezes 4 times as many items and it gains 2.5 times as much damage per freeze. So it breaks out of that. I think that's why this is as valuable as it currently is proving to be.
The smaller the portions, the finer the meal.
I don't need an Noxus potion. Crocodile Tears. When your enemy takes damage, it gains 10 damage for the fight. There's a Zero Wall next to it as well. I'll reroll. Frost Potion upgrade gets a second target. That's huge. And there's also a catalyst, a reagent. I'm going to buy the catalyst, which itself is a reagent. When you buy or sell 3 reagents, transform this and enchant it. Then I will sell Myrrh and Chunk of Lead. It is transformed and enchanted. Shielded Spider makes. Deal 25 damage and then shield equal to this. When you slow or poison, charges 2 seconds. Do I need to have only 1 weapon on board? Is there any reason I need to have only 1 weapon on board? Not that I can see. I can replace this slow from Amber, admittedly. Yeah. Nice.
Buyer's remorse never. Be remorseless.
Amber gets significantly better when it's upgraded, so it's slowing a second target as well. Now we need to find something free to do. Yeah, that doesn't count. I could get 10 gold and go to new food technically. I'd have to sell out my entire inventory. I'm okay with selling all of those items though. 10 gold. There's a lot of things that won't even do for us. I'm gonna save some additional money and hit up a treasure chest. Retort! Yay! We get a chunk of gold at the end of today.
In 100 years when you are dust, I will remain.
I will remain. I.
Have you zeroed in on any items that appear to be stuff you can center a build around, Raps? On this particular build? No. In general? Yes. Vat of Acid has really good numbers on it. Goop Flail has really good numbers on it, and there's a lot of ways to support it. Not limited to Poppy Field, but certainly including Poppy Field. The ability of this character to generate a huge amount of poison a number of different ways quite quickly does mean that weapons and Poppy Field is totally valid. Like, just like a toxic aludel that gives them 50 poison 7 seconds in, and then all of your weapons have 50 damage, and every time one of those weapons attacks, it does additional poison. Super useful. I do think that if you find like enough transformation early, like you find an early laboratory or you find an early alembic, then I do think retort and the burn version of retort, consequent something? Calcinator? I think it's calcinator actually. Admittedly, it's gaining burn. The poison is probably more impactful, but you could also use that, I imagine. Did they remove laboratory? Not laboratory. What's it called? Enchanted library? There's an item that I think they might have just like hotfixed out, which was stupid. Like every time you see it, pick it up, you can use it. Like it's great. Did they remove it? Goddamn didn't. Holy sh. Okay. The item is called Laboratory. Every 4 seconds, it enchants a non-enchanted item for the rest of the fight. And then you charge your relics and enchanted items by 1 second at gold, 2 seconds at diamond. Now, can anyone spot the word that's missing from this item? The key line is charge your relics and enchanted items 1 to 2 seconds. The item itself has 4 seconds cooldown. Can anyone spot? Dragonfucker, you are 100% correct. The word other does not appear on laboratory, which means 4 seconds. Enchant a non-enchanted item for the fight, like laboratory. Then, charge your relics and enchanted items 2 seconds, including laboratory. 2 seconds later, do it again. It's absurd. Laboratory is a... I use this... I think I use this phrasing incorrectly. Adorn into its own day. I assume that to mean, like, it sets itself up and completes itself. Like, it is everything that it needs. But I think it's actually, like... I think dawn into its own day is a phrasing used for someone who thinks they're quite important, like a self-importance. Anyhow. All this to say, laboratory's insane. I don't even care what you're doing with it. It's too much charge. It's too much charge and it triggers itself. I don't know what to tell you. I would have said Athenor, obviously, but Athenor's gone. I do want to play with library, but again, I don't know really. That'd have to happen later. I don't really know how to use or work around that just yet. Do any other Mac items like leap out at me as similar to those? I mean, I do think there's a lot of play in getting Bottle Tornado, Moose of the Staff of the Moose, Memento Mori, going for the Sandstorm will kill you before it kills me build. I don't know exactly how or when to do that. I haven't played into that archetype, but I'm certain it exists. Frozen Flame is insane. Silver, large item. Cooldown 5 seconds. Burn 8. When you freeze, this gains 4, 8, 12 at diamond tier. Burn for the fight. And the first time you fall below half health each fight, freeze all enemy items 1, 2, 3 seconds. Actually, it's worse than I thought it was. I thought... yeah, that's worse than I thought it was. Boot flail... I mean, you know, Magnus is FEMA, but everyone's been playing that. I will say Nightshade is exceptionally good. You can get Nightshade to have stupid poison numbers very easily. Plague Glaive. Played with that recently. Pretty sick.
Even after 500 years, there is never enough time.
Russian Distillery. And with the right skills, Viper Cane has a lot of potential. Viper Cane saying, a poison item gains plus poison equal to 10, upgrades to 20% of this item's damage for the fight, and then does the same for regen. If you give that to an item that poisons outside of its own trigger, like Black Ice, or if you give that regen to an item that regens outside of its own trigger, like Ouroboros, when you have Black Ice, I could see that getting stupid really quickly. It's kind of you to say so, Teo. My partner did this for me. Just cutting the undercuts on both sides. Who's Magnus? Yeah, Magnus hasn't really been mentioned yet. I wonder if Magnus might be an item like a enemy later on, or even maybe a character. I don't know. Used to be the fossilized femur. Now it's Magnus. Magnus is femur, rather. Thank you, Bobby. I won this fight, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think I won that one. Really? I don't remember. Do I go to Pole and look for Frozen Fire? Is that prudent? I think it might be a better idea to go to the docks. Work looking for a tool. Yeah. Yeah. Shovel. Start of each day, get a small item from any hero. I'm gonna sell the Noxious Potion and the Chris Army Knife just so I have additional space. And I honestly do want some additional money as well. So I'm gonna hit up Mandala to transform the chunk of lead as well as get a silver tier chunk of gold. It became an energy potion, of which I already have one. But I get to sell the chunk of gold for 10 gold, so how mad can I be? Chili Charles. Yes, please. Ice cream truck. Freeze 2 items for 1 second. When you use another non-weapon item, charge this 1 second. I'm just saying, maybe. I'm just saying maybe. Oh, hang on. Coolant leak. I need to move those two items. I need to swap Shielded Spider Mace and the Rainbow Potion. Well, I said I was going to do it, so what am I going to not? What am I going to not? Emerald, you can get out of here. I want small items that activate multiple times. They have to be non-weapons, so our only weapon is Iceclaw here. That's fine. I love ice cream too. This is going to be great. I mean, I am talking about the item. I actually don't like ice cream itself that much. Don't shoot me. I have sensitive teeth and I am lactose intolerant. Like, I'm not set up to like ice cream. The fact that I like ice cream at all, the fact that I eat ice cream despite that, should say that if I had no such impediments, I would enjoy ice cream. But does Rainbow count as activating multiple times? Why? No. This is activating once for all of these effects, unfortunately. Sell an energy pot. Drop that off at the field. Ice cream truck.
With enough power, I will
Truck!
defeat death itself.
Vermeer teaches crit skills. Slow-mo Lumbra teaches slow skills. Orlan teaches gold tier skills. A gold tier freeze related skill is, as a lactose intolerant person, weak. I had ice cream last night. I'm not telling you I hate it, that I will never ingest it at all. I'm just telling you I would like it more if I didn't feel bad after it. What would I eat despite its effect on my body? I'll eat spicy food knowing what's coming the day after. I'm fine with that. There's plant-based ice cream. I have eaten that, but honestly, it's like exceptionally expensive. Like, as soon as they make that for the same price as like vanilla, absolutely. But they don't. At least where I'm from. Tillamook Marion Brie pie ice cream. I'm not saying it's lactose free, but it's worth it. I will say, pie as a flavor does appeal to me.
Even if they don't come from me, your lessons will find you.
First 5 times you poison each fight, charge a burn item. Nope. 5 or fewer items, 100 max HP. Don't have that. Improvised. When you crit, your poison items gain +1 poison for the fight. Not that relevant. When you haste, your items gain 2% crit chance for the fight. And I do have a couple of haste triggers. That's worth it. Pie over cake any day. I'll die on this high horse. I'll help defend that hill with you.
Power, but not all
Fully
power
agreed.
has wisdom.
I love Paul F. Tompkins to death, but he has a stand-up bit from the 2000s where he just eviscerates pie people and is constantly extolling the virtues of cake over pie. And it's... I don't know. I don't know, man. I think about it every time I think about how much I enjoy him as a comedian, a personality, a voice actor, an actor. Anytime he's around in an interview, I just love him. But he's got the wrong opinion vis-a-vis pie and cake. Everyone gets to have one wrong opinion. That's Paul's. I love a good steak and mushroom pie. Oh. I gotta say, savory or sweet, it doesn't matter. I mess with that pie. Savory and also, you could put the thing that I like the least in a pie. You could put, let's say, a highly radioactive and dense amount of uranium-235. A amount that will, with its radiation inside of my stomach, cause the amount of 300,000 X-rays every hour, to the degree that I am certainly going to die of radiation poisoning, and I would enjoy that pie and die about 4.5 hours later. Hey, Raps, what's your one wrong opinion that you'd like to share with 79 of your closest friends and whoever clips this for the rest of the internet?
Do you feel that humming in the ground? It is the foundation on which this world was built.
I know I definitely have opinions like that. I mean, like an easy one is I know I'm wrong about ice cream, but I don't like it. Like, that's it's like low level, right? I am certain that given enough time, I could come up with something that, like, is absolutely a wrong opinion. I'm gonna bake that in the background. Because I know that I've had conversations before where at some level I did have to admit, look, I am wrong about this, but it is how I feel. B1 and B2, upgrading a bronze item, irrelevant, no bronze items, hit up middle.
If I don't have what you need, I'll help you find who does.
Sifting pan to give us a reagent at the start of each day. No thank you. Runic double bow, double crit damage, lifesteal, not relevant to our build. Bottle explosion, doubles its damage every time you use it. Oil lantern's back. Death caps and Ouroboros statue. All irrelevant.
Every item finds its buyer. It's a relationship, you know?
Mushroom. Oh, right. Yeah, we were talking about mushrooms on board. Got it.
Ah, a friend.
I was like, I don't know if I should take that mushroom. I think it's bad. Quicksilver. I'll upgrade this.
That doesn't work out for you. Come back for a refund.
It has the exact same text and cooldown, but it will turn into a gold version of whatever it happens to do. Sleeping potion, hourglass, roll. Incense only slowing 2 targets. Like, the smelling salts does need to go off the board at some point, but at the same rate, like, as soon as it does. Something else needs to be in smelling salt's position at the moment. It needs to be an item from not this character. That's I think what I think. I don't like that we can re-roll and find the same thing again, by the way. Like, it's a bug. This is a bug at the moment. The shop can generate no matter what you have. So, like, it could even generate a copy of something I have in my inventory. Not the ice cream truck, because I'm not in a Pygmalion store, but it would be able to generate an Iceclaw at silver tier. Which would be sick. I really like their voice actor choices and acting in this game. 100% agreed. It's...
My home burned. My family gone.
I mean, that's a pretty sad
Because
voice
of
line.
my mistake.
But they are all quality. I have favorite voices in this game. Barkun. I'm gonna be a business tree. I love him so much. You are gonna be a business tree. Expensive star.
You are a child to me, and I will punish you.
You should know, I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago.
I would love to voice act in this game. I'm gonna continually put that out into the universe until it happens. Get frozen. Get frozen again. Uh-oh, you shot me in the face.
Defeat
Get
does
frozen.
not defeat me.
Throw me in for acting 2 if you land it. Absolutely. Shovel gave us the barbed wire, chunk of lead. I could get some additional money. Double barrel still be double the barrel. Yep. Especially because, like, Vanessa is low-key probably the right character to be taking care of Mac, because Vanessa can do damage, a lot of damage, quite quickly. And Mac doesn't have much health. I went out of my way to give him additional health, and he still has 2,000. Oh no, but... Monster Ranch is correct, but that's Barkun. Barkun, he'll turn up again. He will turn up again. He gets around. Yeah, 9% cooldown reduction to a single item. Way too sick to turn down. Ice... 4% to everything? It's got to be Insect Wing.
Another step forward on my path.
Mac Frail, Vanessa, quick high damage. Problem for Mac, exactly. Great hammer for a bronze tier item. I haven't seen a bronze tier item in a while, and I probably won't see another one again, so not especially relevant for us. All right, most item, just freed item. That's set up. All right, we're all good. Oh, actually. Do it. Do it. Give me the item. Dang. Sirens! +1 multicast for each adjacent vehicle. Slows and hastes. Eh. Get rid of the shielded spider mace. It did only have +1 multicast because I only have one vehicle. Every 8 seconds, slow 2 items, haste 2 items, and then those hastes trigger those slows trigger additional hastes. No. I don't think it's anywhere near worth it, unfortunately. Ooh. Hell's dig site. I've got a lot of money. I can go as deep as I need. Press Army Knife, Candles, and Force Field, all irrelevant to this build. Force Field deals damage equal to our shields. Candles, when used a small item, charges 2 seconds. And Chris Army Knife is a friend, a weapon, and a tool, but that's not relevant to us here. I'm definitely looking for something freeze-related. Coolant! Freeze 1 items for 1 second, and cleanse up your burn. If this was gold, or God forbid, diamond tier, I'd take it, because it gets more targets, but I can't choose to take it and then try and upgrade it. That doesn't seem right for us. Wait, so when you overheal, charge this 1 second. It scales up our healing items. Not that relevant. Venomander and Seaweed again. I do have to make sure I don't just spend all of my money. Hello. Shiny earrings. Every 5 seconds, gain 50 max health with a fight. When you haste or slow, charges 1 second, and it has +1 multicast. So if I know it's blasphemy, but this thing's silver tier. If I... and then shiny earrings, and then, like, Amber goes back on board? We get a lot more non-weapon items activating, triggering faster freeze from the ice cream truck. And we also get max HP while it's happening. This has shiny, so every 5 seconds, it casts twice. And it speeds up with haste and slow. And if I slow, I also haste. So this is the fastest activating item on our board by far.
Hey, you're a natural at this.
I think it's huge. Andy, if you sell me an upgrade to Amber, shiny earrings, Quicksilver, I mean, honestly, any of my small items, like, all of them have sick upgrades.
If you have
Hey, Maxwell. Good to see you.
you can't afford it.
Infinity Potion. And 3 regen for the fight and reload this. It's fine. Obsidian Dagger, additional ammo. Reloading this, not especially relevant. It's kind of quick, but it's not especially quick. We roll. Incense slows
Tell
2 items.
everyone you got it here.
So every 6 seconds it slows 2 items. Every 6 seconds it slows 1 items. So I swap them out. Because this slows 2 items, causing 2 seconds worth of charge on shiny earrings. And then this hastes 2 items because I slowed. So this gets another 2 seconds. So it goes from getting 2 seconds to getting 4 seconds charge. Alright. Pot of Lightning and Sleeping Potion. Sleeping Potion every 4 seconds hits 1 single item to slow it down. It's just not good enough. I will have Quicksilver to the left of Incense, because if I get another copy of Smelling Salts, I would like it to hit Incense. If I get another copy of Shiny Earrings, things get really friggin' stupid. I'm gonna just sell both of those. Le Bazaar. Also, this freezes 2 items 1 second. I could totally see myself replacing that with slow. Because, like, my freeze realistically comes out of the ice cream truck. Yeah. Maybe if you have a 3rd target, I could see putting you back on board. Le Bazaar. I don't expect this to be a difficult fight.
You do.
We don't have Black Ice anymore, so I am fully reliant on the damage from the Iceclaw, but I am also... Ooh, that's our weakness. I'm glad I'm freezing a lot of stuff, but I don't have enough HP to survive all of this.
That was invigorating.
Silver, Sleipnir. I'm going to guess that is Sleipnir. Silver, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome on in, Silver and folks. What were you playing? I'm going to guess that it was Bazaar. That's just a guess that I'm going to put out there on the table. Why did it just show 3,400 for your health? Because the shiny earrings gave me additional max HP for that fight. Curio. Curio would actually be a really good hit for us right now. Ooh. Ooh. Yeti Crab. Freeze an item. When you freeze, adjacent poison item gain 2 poison for the fight. So every freeze increases the poison from black ice, which freezes by 2. Seems pretty good. I think that could be nutty. I think that could be stupid. I think it could be an absolutely mozoic.
Yeti crab, exactly.
Well, howdy, hero.
How could this build get better? If it activated earlier. This build takes a long time to start. Frankly, too long.
How you doing your part to clean up the bazaar?
Rocket boots. When you sell this, your leftmost haste item gains an additional second of haste. I want that. I just don't want that on smelling salts, which already gives enough haste. It's just like, what? Am I going to put an energy potion on the field? Instead of what? Energy potion would actually be sick for the sake of the shiny earring. Okay, I'm going to collect rocket boots, and I'm going to keep them until I find a gold tier energy potion at least. Get rid of the shovel. Don't have space for that anymore. Time for us to get our enchant. I say a couple seconds before it actually happens. Middle.
Welcome in, hon. What can I get you?
Memento Mori. The first time you would die each fight, heal for 1 and take no damage for a second. I don't think I want it that way. Dragon's Breath and Ouroboros. We roll, looking for black ice. We don't find it, but we do find the Weasel Bead. Freeze an item for 3 seconds. While your enemy has poison, this adds +1 multicast. I feel like I should take this. It's more freeze and it's a larger
I used to offer
amount.
a free ride home, but people thought it was weird.
But I also just took all of my slow except for the smelling salts off field. It is adorable. You can replace smelling salts with a haste potion you'll surely get. You know what? Here's how it happens. Our enchant gives us haste or slow, and then we put it on something that triggers the shiny for us.
After all these centuries, there is still more to learn.
Well, how does Obsidian work for the items I have? First off, Yeti Crab. Deals 30 damage. All right, Yeti Crab. Second, Black Ice. When you freeze, deal damage equal to 10 times this item's poison. All right, that seems pretty good. It's an attack trigger on freeze. Sick. How about Weaselpeed? Deal 18 damage. Very underwhelming. Smelling salts. Smelling salts, when you slow, deal 10 damage. Not good in this build, but pretty good in general. Vehicle. Ice Struck, what do you do? Deals 90 damage. Deals 90 damage? Not even on freeze trigger or another weapon usage? What are you talking about? This thing will lose a non-weapon, but if I do it on Black Ice doesn't even trigger that often. Like, Black Ice is here because of the passive line, and the passive line is what get added to it. I think I do that. There's also a possibility of doubling the damage from Iceclaw. There is also another Puppetcility, which is what we call them now. If I Quicksilver... Instead of the shiny earrings? Quicksilver duping a Yeti crab does make the Black Ice pretty stupid. Scales it additionally quick, gives an additional freeze trigger. If it dupes smelling salts, then I have a second item getting haste. But if it dupes shiny earrings, there's so much charge for this. I feel like there's a perfect version of this and I just can't find it. So every time I freeze, I do 100 damage now. I feel like shiny earrings are, courtesy of speeding up the ice cream truck, responsible for a large amount of freezing. Maybe they aren't. What is this board? You tell me, buddy. I didn't do it. Oh, I did? Okay, well then it's a freeze-related board. We're using Obsidian Black Ice when you freeze, poison 10, and deal damage equal to 10 times the size and poison. We got a Yeti crab and a ice cream truck in order to play freeze items from other characters. And then a Weasel Bead, which turned up a diamond tier, freezes a single item for 3 seconds, and has +1 multicast when the enemy has poison, which they will. I feel like I sell Amber and the Rainbow Potion. I don't feel like either of those is going back on board in their current state. I'd rather purchase a more expensive version of them and then field that instead. I'm going to hit Roaming Isle and just see how powerful we are. Should we get the Iceclaw back on the board? No. Oh, I did get a gold copy of the Yeti crab.
I seek the ultimate power. I have no time for you.
Aha. Let's watch that one again. That thing is scaling too. Yeah, the Yeti crabs. When I freeze, adjacent poison items gain 3 poison for the fight. I got 2 Yeti crabs on either side. So anytime I freeze, I deal 50 poison and 500 damage. I think we might be okay. Maybe. We'll see.
Reward the peaceful, punish the warful.
Jesus Christ.
Energies
Actually insane. Sapphire, every 9 seconds freeze 2 items. Your other freeze items have +1 second to freeze.
So glad we could share this experience today.
Ice cream truck, freeze 2 items, 2 seconds. Weasel bead, 2 items, 4 seconds. Obsidian black ice, 2 items, 2 seconds. Yeti crab, 1 item, 2 seconds. If this duplicates the sapphire, no one gets to play the game except for me. If it duplicates Yeti crab, the enemy dies quite quickly. So, I think that's what we want. Moth meal. Sure. Yeah, I deserve it. I deserve it. We win? Question mark? If I could reliably, if I could trigger freeze off of haste so that my first freeze happens due to rigged, then I would feel a lot more safe. I'm not gaining items as the day turns over, so I don't need to do anything just yet. What are we even going to improve now? Great question. Upgrading this Yeti crab with a forger space or something like that would be nice. Upgrading the sapphire for an additional target's okay. Upgrading Quicksilver so it gets a diamond version of sapphire or Yeti crab's pretty good too. Obsidian black ice getting an additional target, fine. Ice cream truck getting a 3rd target, important. Skills. Skills are primarily where our upgrades come.
If you knew my true purpose, you would stand aside.
That's a lot of burn. It's not enough. It went pretty well. Yeah, I think that went okay. I'd love to get an enchantment on enchant item with shield defense. Well, which of these takes it best? Ice cream truck, shield 90. That's nothing. Yeti crab. It's also nothing. Smelling salts. That would be when you slow? Shield? Yeah. Salts. Wait, what's that called? Quicksilver. That's it. Quicksilver. Quicksilver will just enchant whatever it turns into with heavy, which with shielded, which is Weaselpede, shield 18, nothing. Sapphire, same. I mean, honestly, I can get some shield out of this, but it's like almost entirely irrelevant. Ice cream truck only went off once in the last 2 fights. I think you replace it with a better buffer for black ice, and it could be replaced with the frost potion for the same effect. I mean, if I did that, then I get the Iceclaw back on the field, right? That's the play. Is it? It's not. So, one of the reasons I was happy with this is because it means that my amount of small items on the field is reduced. Quicksilver either turns into permafreeze all the enemies, or it turns into insane scaling, right? It has no bad hits. But if I include, like, smelling salts, frost potion, and shiny earrings doesn't need to be there. Shiny earrings is good for the ice cream truck. It's not good for anything else. Could go earrings and Iceclaw. Earrings doesn't get triggered by anything if I have that. when you haste or slow, and nothing on board hastes or slows. This thing wants to be in this position, so I lose the control over using smelling salts to target the right thing. There's like this. Smelling salts to speed up Weaselbead in order to freeze more quickly. Sapphire Frost Potion. Incense just triggering smelling salts. Incense certainly the weakest of the catalog here. I could just field Rainbow Potion instead of that if I really wanted to. Could go Shielded Claw, at least that does something. Exactly, yeah. I feel like you're overthinking this. That's all I do, buddy. Claw has been gaining a lot of damage for a while, yeah. Resort Potion. And if this dupes a second Frost Potion, I'm just okay with it. Damage isn't our problem. It's dying before we freeze them. I agree. It's just, that's why I don't feel like Iceclaw is helping me at all. Like, something that starts the build faster, like, something that starts it faster than 4 seconds into the fight, and we have nothing of that. I need things that care about haste triggers. That'd be a way. I mean, obviously not the only 2 haste triggers I have, but Shiny Earrings would go off twice 3 seconds into the fight, which is nice, but what's it do with that? It gives me max health. It's nothing. I do think our only chance to get the shield to matter at all is to put it on Iceclaw. But also, Iceclaw, by the time Iceclaw goes off for the first time, we've probably won.
The formula of life is revealed.
Zoshima.
The secrets of the universe will still be here tomorrow.
Sick.
There are many alchemists in the Bazaar, but few have learned the art of long life. You are the oldest person I have known, Mac. But I am many times older. I've seen so many lives crumble, so many destinies wasted. I wish better for you. To twist the natural order, bring your family back, is it right? And do you care?
Jeez.
I have to wonder, would they want this? If they knew what it will cost you. There are many alchemists in the Bazaar, but few have learned the art of long life.
Gotcha. I think she's looping now. Brewmaster! At the start of each fight, a random potion gains +1 multicast for the fight. Put that on a Frost Potion, freeze 2 items for 4 seconds.
Why search the universe for its secrets? In the Bazaar, the universe comes to you.
I'm just gonna go to JJ. I could go to Mandala. I don't really need additional money right now.
People first, profit 10th.
Sick.
Do you have to leave already?
Frozen Flame. When you freeze, this gains 4 burn for the fight. First time you fall below half health, each fight freeze all enemy items 1 second. Admittedly, maybe if this was way earlier, but no, not at the moment. It's a way to deal additional damage with my freeze. Other than that, it's just the bottom line text is a skill. Literally a skill. I have no tools? 0 tools, yeah. So it's irrelevant to go to Master Alchemist looking for the reload skill. So it's just Lord Arkan giving us the level 12 before the next enemy fight.
I have 50 worlds to rule. I haven't time for this.
Oh my god, the second Sapphire. You don't get to play!
Who are you?
This is for me. This is solitaire. We are not playing a game. This is a loading screen for my win screen, okay? Thrusters. Jason items have 12% reduced from the cooldown. Sure. I don't need the money from this. Frozen Board is not fun to play against. Man, I hate it. Look, it'll get changed next patch, but right now, we're doing it. I've got to go. You gotta.
The dunes? Where shall we start?
I don't think it's time for Water Wheel. Although Water Wheel next to shiny earrings would be insane. That's just full haste for the entire board constantly. Water Wheel would haste, what? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 other targets, 5 other targets. So this sees 5 haste triggers, which means it just immediately triggers, and it triggers twice, giving back 4 seconds of charge to the Water Wheel. I mean, I'm not putting it on board. I'm not arguing to put it on board. It's way better that I'm freezing all of my enemy stuff constantly. But, like, that is fun. Maybe at some other point, some other time. Let's reroll. Restorative Mirror. Transform into the medium item to the left of this for the fight. And enchant the transformation with Restorative, if possible. All right, hear me out, though. Weasel Bead every 6 seconds freezes 2 items for 4 seconds. If I just sold the Shielded Iceclaw, I'm not telling you I'm going to, but if I sold it, and I just put the Restorative Mirror next to the Weasel Bead, we just have a second Weasel Bead. And it's freezing for a big duration. Admittedly, this is freezing more targets, but does this even get to go off before the Obsidian Black Ice kills them? I don't know. I was wondering if this would say, when you use an adjacent item, freeze. It doesn't. First time you fall below half health each fight, freeze 2 items 2 seconds. Yeah. Can Relic Pot make Black Ice Lifesteal? Yes, it can. Also, Double Weezipede is an amazing idea. Unfortunately, I went past that because I was like, maybe that's a better idea in here. So far, I haven't found a better idea in here. Nope. I did say I would use that. Oh, wild. What is that reflecting from? It's coming exactly through the gap on the back of it. Just gonna sit directly in front of it until the sun passes. I just don't see the benefit that shiny earrings is giving me unless something else cares about it triggering. The hourglass could have helped solve our startup time problem. 12% on a single item I don't think really does.
When I complete the great work, there will be gold aplenty.
Getting rid of the shiny earrings. Honestly, Deadly Pendulum's not bad. I'm gonna take the business
That
card.
belongs in a museum.
Closer and closer. I can hear my sister's laughter.
Certainly could have gone better than it did, but that's okay. Give me a small weapon. I need to save some money for a bit. Oh, Basilisk Fang. While your enemy has poison, this has 50% additional crit chance and has lifesteal.
When we are finished, may I dissect you for study?
Viper Cane, that's... I mentioned previously how annoying that can be. But it's frozen forever. 10 seconds of free... Oh, God. Yeah, this is actually just mean. That thing had 10 seconds of free... It's the only item that activated. Oh, what is this battle music? This is their battle music. They have a cosmetic applied for it. This is why I got the self-promotional business card so that I can get 3 experience from this event rather than 2. No, I don't need to pick up crit on anything. Middle? Hit me another shielded Iceclaw?
Sale, no sale. I want what's right for you.
Huh.
Oh, delivery's free. I like the exercise.
Yeah, they really let you dupe stuff here. I'm just gonna go freeze this guy's items. One sec. Now, if he activated any of those items maybe 10, 15 times, I might have been in trouble.
Sometimes it's hard to tell.
When your enemy uses an item, burn them.
The Bazaar has many secrets. I will uncover them all.
I will uncover them all.
Frost Potion. If I upgrade this, it'll get an additional frozen target, and it has multicast, so it freezes 2 additional times. It's pretty sick. What kind of butterfly do you think the Stotapillar turns into? I've got it. It's a flying squirrel, but because it has so many legs, all of them, of course, with the attached netting from one leg to another. Because it has so many of them, if it flaps, it can actually attain additional height, and it uses that for flight. The flying squirrel would do so if it had enough legs, but it doesn't have enough legs, and that's the primary problem with the flying squirrel. In fact, it's the only problem with the flying squirrel. Otherwise, flying normal type, I mean, you know, not that many enemies. Electric, obviously, going to be a problem, but how often are you going to run into Ghost? Like how a flounder swims, but through the air. Sorry, what? How does a flounder swim? It has enough legs? Oh, it has more fins? I think I can picture them having a lot of fins. Flatboy wiggling the sides. Yep. I guess I'm thinking like Stingray, but it is similar, very similar in fact. All this to say, we gotta upgrade an item. And Yeti Crab does want an upgrade, admittedly. Like, every freeze will make both. Oh my god, no. Yeti Crab needs to be upgraded. I really wanted to hit the Frost Potion, but this is giving out 3 seconds freeze to both of its adjacencies. How do you not? Mandala. Oh boy. Do I do it? Do I do it? Do I do it? Disgusting. Awful. Illegal. Hell, Stick Sign. Let's go back.
A change of clothes, because you're gonna get dirty.
The Weatherglass is so outmoded, buddy. You have no idea. Big's Gym, Hammock, Induction Aegis. Coolant freezing 2 items for 1 second? Oh no, but this gets multicast at the start of the fight, right. I would miss out on that. And Quicksilver is better off duping any of the others. I don't have room for coolant. I argued for it earlier and then it turned up and I was like, all right, get away from me. I mean, this being reloaded would be insane, but it honestly doesn't get to reload, so I want something more powerful and more prompt. I could take crypto and literally gamble on money, but right now, no. I can do so much more than that. Apothecary. When you haste, slow, poison, or burn, charge this 1 second. At the start of each day, gain a reagent. I'm going to do that. I don't want to, but I can't afford another roll, and at least this will give me diamond tier reagents.
The Cretaceous era?
I have no haste on board, no reason to sell the rocket boots just yet. Savvy, let's go.
I seek the ultimate secret. Will you get me any closer?
Jong says it can actually just put its legs in its lowest legs and pick itself up. And due to a collision bug, it flies. It's the same way it'd work in Gmod or Half-Life. Got it. That makes a lot of sense. Oh my god.
I have no pride for you to wound.
Oh my god. So the other one, the Quicksilver, became another Yeti crab. So every time we froze, we gave 6 additional poison to the Obsidian Black Ice, and then did as much poison as it has, and then also deal damage equal to 10 times the amount of poison it has. I don't even get 9 seconds into the fight. I can't use Sapphire. I got 1 charge out of Weaselbead, which means we got 6 seconds in. The first charge of Weaselbead caused Obsidian Black Ice to kill the enemy.
My mind glows. I see everything.
Haste on poison items would actually be sick. Freeze on poison, freeze on haste. I have money if I need it. I don't have any tools. Yeah, I'm unlikely to want a Dira. I'm going to Wriggle.
By not taking my class, you're perpetuating anti-mycoted narratives.
First 5 times you slow each fight, charge a poison item 1 second. I don't really slow, is the thing about that. In fact, I'm going to commit to not slowing. I sell smelling salts and incense. I'll take my roll. First time you fall below half health each fight, shield equal to 2 times the poison on the enemy. Honestly, that'll be a huge amount of poison. That'll be a huge amount of shielding. When you poison, your weapons gain +5 damage to the fight. Admittedly, when I poison, I'm already doing a lot of damage. Like, do I need to give additional damage to the Black Ice? I don't think so. And then finally, retaliatory toxins. When your enemy uses an item, poison 1. It's just I have nothing that triggers off of poison occurring. I guess I get 2% additional crit chance. I'm going to go for the safety option, actually. I think more than I need anything else, I need just a little bit of additional safety. And that's not because I'm unsafe right now. It's because I'd like to be even less killable.
Take your time. I'm pretty laid back.
Spoiler, they don't use their items.
That's okay.
Yeah, but like, just in case they do.
Been nice talking to you.
Nufu, you are correct over Barkun. Again, I'm so sorry, Sai.
Of noise. You must find the quiet within.
First 10 times, use a slow item, charge a regeneration, roll, not relevant to us. Rightmost item has 4 additional poison. When you haste, 3% crit chance. I'll just take left-handed. 30 additional damage on the Black Ice, I think. Actually, hang on. No. No, I can do full inversion and then go final dose for 40 additional damage. There we go.
As long as you draw breath.
Well, unfortunately, we did not go to Bakun. I apologize sincerely.
We fight again! Later.
Give me Invigorating Cold or Blizzard. Because literally, if I Blizzard at the start of the fight, I just poison and burn them. I hit. Frozen Bludgeon. When you freeze, your weapons gain 8 additional damage for the fight. Not playable. Recycling Bin. When you use a potion, transform it into a random potion for the fight and gain 4 regen. That's just money.
Discounts for peace.
Kina's only offering items I already have and do not need. Scales. If you have the same amount of items on both sides of this, charge all items instead. Neat. I could put 3 items on both sides of this. It would replace Black Ice, and it would probably be better, but it's funnier to run Black Ice, so I'm just going to continue.
My power burns hotter, melting away impurities.
Man, I'm getting a lot of truffles this run. Nothing needed. Oh, let's kill that bold Canadian kid. Let's go!
Do this? Death laughs at us both.
I know that's not how it's spelled, but that's how it's pronounced. Oh god. Okay, never mind. We froze it forever. No items allowed. This is my game. Get out of here. Curio, bronze team neutrals. I think I actually go extract poison here. Yeah, 4 additional poison on the black ice that also does damage. Now it does 40 additional damage for each. Do I have a reason I wanted to invert this the other way? No, this is the correct way because final dose. Got it. Yeah, I think this is going to be a clean day 14 win. The Weasel Pea didn't even get to activate.
Another specimen for my collection.
Yeah, this is going to be changed. This is way too much. All right, Frost Street Champion, it's your second chance to give me Blizzard. Allow me to win at frame 0.
You stronger. Now it knows.
Come on. At the start of each fight, freeze all non-weapon items 2 seconds.
With enough power, I will defeat death itself.
I'm gonna upgrade the Yeti crab.
With more time,
so that all of those freezes give additional poison to the adjacencies.
I pay well for mid-sized things. You see that, Barker?
Yeah.
That's how it's done.
I'll upgrade Quicksilver, sure. I mean, I don't need Laboratory. This is absurd as hell. It's so good. It's incredibly powerful. Goodbye, I don't need you. Freeze item, why not? All right. Let's see how well this does. At battle start, I'm hoping to get half of their HP.
Last century.
Froze all your items. Yeah. I think that's good. I think that's actually good. The game is actually most balanced when no one activates an item. These say they activated, but they didn't, because otherwise they would have frozen. Literally 0 items activated, and they're dead. Oh. Insane. Searing Flames. When one of your items has burst, one of your burn items gains haste. If it already has haste, it gains 3 burn for the fight. That would have been a sick run for them, by the way. This might be the first 0 items used kill, like, ever. I guarantee that there's something that also did this. But, yeah, this is... It still shows Black Ice... Wait. Which of them's being used, huh? It literally won't show me that no items are being used, but it keeps toggling back and forth saying this one hasn't, both of them have. This one hasn't, this one hasn't. They didn't freeze anything, so they never literally reached their cooldown. They never activated. No items were used. The game specifically has keywords for used when an item is used and triggering its passive abilities. That's not a use. Doesn't count as using the item. So this is literally a win with 0 items used. We did it. It can be done, and we did it. God, that was absurd. Can we get a replay? Oh, God, I'm so sorry. I saw that slightly too late. I have great news. I did save that run. And sure, I spoke to chat a lot during that run, but I did save that run, and it's also insane. So this is going on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Can we open the 300 to celebrate? You are 100% right that we can. Let's do it. What an absurd run. Literally 0 items. Jonk says, and that's where it cuts? No, Jonk. This is when it